I want to win the Carabao Cup. I want to win the Carabao Cup. The last time we won the League Cup was 1993, people. And I remember it well, the Cup double against Sheffield Wednesday. And a lot of people since then have poo-pooed this competition, including our manager, some of our fans. They've all said it gets in the way. It's an energy drink cup. No one cares about it. And when people win it, they poo-poo it. Well, we're not in a position to be poo-pooing trophies because we don't win any. And we haven't done so for a long time. In the last 5 years, we've got one FA Cup. And actually, when you look at the last previous to that, it's quite embarrassing. 21 years now without a Premier League trophy, over 30 without a European trophy, and over 30 without a League Cup. So when we look at the scenario of throw these in the bin, they get in the way, I get a little bit peeved for people that say that. So I want to win this competition, which means that I want to go strong tonight against Crystal Palace. There's a lot of people saying that it'll probably be a B side. It will probably be a team that we don't want to be seeing playing in the Premier League to give them some rest. But actually, really and truly, this for me was always more important than Everton. Because if we lose to Everton, we go a point behind Manchester City, which doesn't mean you're out of the title race. But if you lose to Palace, you are out of the competition. So it's done. So therefore, it is now 3 trophies you're going for, not 4. So I think this is massively important. Now, before I go into my team and the starting lineup that I expect it to be, I wanted to talk quickly on our opponents because they have had now 3 games in 5 days, whether it be the Conference League, the Premier League, and now this competition. Crystal Palace are vulnerable. Crystal Palace are deflated. Crystal Palace have come off the back of a rather embarrassing defeat against Leeds. And Crystal Palace are struggling right now with the amount of games, their fixture pile up, their lack of squad depth, and the kind of uncertainty of the future of Oliver Glasner. Glasner said the fixture pile up has meant that he's going to stall his contract talks, and it doesn't look like he's going to stay past this summer, if you believe what you read. But it doesn't mean it's an easy game. It doesn't mean it's a walkover. It doesn't mean that because your opponents are damaged, you just take it easy, disrespect them, and say, play who you want, we'll beat them. I want to win this comfortably. And it wasn't comfortable the last time we played at Palace at the Emirates. Eberechiesa scored, but that was it. It was 1-0. We kept it tight at the back, which is something we've been able to do this season. But I want to be going for it tonight. I really want to be going for it. So do me a favor, people. Hit like, hit subscribe. Make sure you're following OK Jerseys. Links in the description, as you can see down here on the banner. If you go to okjerseys.com, that link in the description you can click on. Use the code 12man. You'll get 8% off of any shirt you want, whether it's this one, home, away, third kit, or retro, any club you want in the world, any shirt you want in the world, with any name and number on the back. So please make sure you use that code 12man and it will get you that discount. So go and show them some love. Okay, let's go into this game. The Carabao Cup. We know what the draw is. We know that Newcastle and Manchester City are playing each other, and we know that Chelsea and Arsenal or Palace are playing each other. But first of all, we've got to do the job, and that's get past Crystal Palace. Now, we are favourites to go through this competition, and one of the favourites, if not the favourite, to win the whole competition. So I expect tonight to go through. I don't want to go through on penalties. I don't want to go through 1-0. I want it to be a nice, convincing night, and I want to see a performance from Arsenal. So I've got to go with a strong 11. I want him to go with a strong 11. Now, I'll go with what I would do, and I'll go with what I think the team will be, and I'll have a little bit of a touch on both. So let's first of all bring up what I would go with, what my 11 would be against Palace tonight. Now, there's a lot of talk on who's back, and we know that Kai Havertz is back. We know that we've got players now that we can actually look at in each position and go, we've actually got a couple of options there. But Kai Havertz coming back, I think, is too soon for this one. Maybe we'll see him against Brighton or Villa. But this is what I would do tonight. This is what I would go with. This is the 11 that I would pick. But I'll go through why I don't think this will be the team in a minute. So I would play David Raya in goal. We'll come back to that in a minute. Timber, Saliba, Nketiah, and Calafiori. There's only really Calafiori that you can have a little bit of an option with there because all the other 3 have to play. We don't have anybody unless we go into the proper reserves and young kids that are going to be putting it ahead of these guys. I just wouldn't be doing that. So that's the back 4 and the back 5. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Nketiah, and Calafiori. You've got Zubamendi and Rice, which I think should remain. I'd like that double pivot. And I've gone with Eberechiesa. I just think he's offering a little bit more than Ødegaard is in terms of goals and assists this season. And that's what I need to see. But I need to see both performing better. Eze played very well against Crystal Palace in the last game, scored in that game. So for me, I'm going with Eze in that position. Saka and Trossard, they are on the wrong wings there. I don't know why, but I obviously would play Trossard left and Saka wide right. And then Gyökeres would be up top. That's what I would go with. Now, I wouldn't mind seeing Jesus start up top. I wouldn't mind that at all, personally. It would actually be fine for Mikel Arteta, I think, to go with Jesus. I think he's looked very lively. I don't think Gyökeres has. But I just think that for this cup game and confidence, Gyökeres might just need to be starting for this one. And then you could potentially bring on players. Now, you've got Gabriel Jesus you can use, Mikel Merino you can use from the bench, Madueke, Martinelli. You've still got Ethan Nwaneri, which a lot of people will be shouting at me, why I'm not starting Ethan Nwaneri. When is he going to get game minutes? Well, right now, I'm not going to throw him in when he's not played any minutes at all and I want to win this game. I think it would be very risky for that. And I'm a huge fan of Ethan. I wouldn't be putting Norgard ahead of him because I don't think he's better than Zubimendi or Rice. Lewis Skelly could get a nod and it could be either in midfield or at left back, but I've gone with Calafiori because I think that he is the one that's on form and I actually thought he was good against Everton, to be fair to him. And right now we are depleted at the back and that's the only back line that we can really pick other than potentially putting Lewis Skelly in it. I'm playing Raya in goal because people might shout and go, when's Kepa going to get a game? I don't care. He gets a game when Raya's not available. Raya is too important to be dropping, in my opinion. And people see this as this is a chance, an opportunity for people to get some minutes. No, it's not. This is a must-win game. It's not a chance that they can get their minutes against Inter Milan and K-Rat. I'm not interested in them getting minutes for this game. This is about winning. And if you want to bring them on when we're 2-0 up, hopefully, brilliant, do that. Let's give Kepa a run out if you want. Yeah, if you're that desperate for it. Ethan can get minutes. Lewis Skelly can get minutes. Madueke can get minutes. Jesus, Martinelli, a lot of them can get minutes. Bring on the 5 players you think need to play in this game if you're 2 or 3-0 up. But do not be starting all of them and then going 1-0 down and struggling and have to fling them on for 10 minutes to try and win the game. That's not what I want to be doing. So for me, this is the team that I'd go with. Now, I don't think it will be this team, if I'm honest with you. I actually do think it will be a team which is very different to that. And the team that I think he'll go with, I'm worried about. And if this is the team, I am a little bit worried about it. Okay. And I'll be honest as to why I'm a little bit worried about it. Because I think that we might be disrespecting Crystal Palace just that little bit too much, in my opinion, with this team. But this is a team I expect it to be. I think it will be Kepa in goal because he's made it quite clear that he uses one Carabao Cup goalkeeper and then the other cup competition is the goalkeeper in the second tier. And then you give David Raya, in this case, the Champions League games and the Premier League games. So I think Kepa will start tonight. We have to play Timber, Saliba and Nketiah, but I do think he'll go with Lewis Skelly at left back to give Calafiori a break. He's only just come back from his suspension, yes, but Lewis Skelly, I think, in these Carabao Cup games is where I think he'll utilise most of his minutes in Mikel Arteta's eyes. I think Norgard plays in that holding midfield role tonight. I'm not sure he trusts him, if I'm honest. If he doesn't play him tonight, then he really doesn't trust him. I think Merino will drop back into midfield and Eze will probably start ahead of Odegaard in this game. And then I think the front three will actually be completely different to what I'd go with, which is Madueke on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Gabriel Jesus through the middle. Now, I don't expect to see Kai Havertz tonight. I think it will be a game a little bit too short for him. But I'll be interested to know your thoughts on this one. I think that is really risky. You're putting in a goalkeeper that's hardly played in the shirt. You're putting in a already weakened back line, a weakened midfield. And then you've got a front three up top that individually can do some damage. It's probably the strongest part of our team there. But actually, it's still not got the likes of Saka or Trossard who have been on form. And you're not putting Merino in his best position this season, which has, of course, been in that kind of false 9. That is a big risk. That, to me, means that you're happy that you're going to waltz past Crystal Palace with that 11. Now, that's not a weak 11 by any means. But I think Crystal Palace will be rubbing their hands together if they saw that 11 as composed to the one that I put together, because it is definitely weaker, this one. But I've just got a feeling that Mikel Arteta might do that. Now, he could surprise and have a mix of both these teams. So it could be that this is a back line, but in midfield, he's got one of Zubimendi and Rice in there. You might find that he's actually starting Saka like he did against Bolton last season, and he's got Martinelli on the left and Jesus starts, but actually they're going to be utilising Gyökeres from the bench. It might be a surprise. What I don't want to see is this 11, and then we're like, oh, no, we're 1-0 down. There's only 20 minutes left. Let's bring them all on. Rice comes on. Saka comes on. Gyökeres comes on. Zubimendi comes on. I don't want to be seeing that. I don't think we need to be going through that tonight as panic. We want to go through comfortably in this game and we want to make sure that we're looking forward to that Chelsea game, which will be over 2 legs now in the semi-finals, one at the Emirates, one at Stamford Bridge, if we do get through. So tonight, concentrate on getting through, beat Crystal Palace. That is going to be key. Now we'll come to the actual tournament itself. The reason I want to win this competition, people don't get it. They're like, why do you want to win this? It's a dusty trophy. No one cares about it. No one remembers the winners. I don't want it. Well, I'll tell you why. Forget what it will do to our history. Forget what it will do to the trophy scenario, Arsenal, just for 1 second. What it will mean is Arsenal have won something. It will mean Arsenal have finally won something. It will mean that this team that we have said hasn't got what it takes to get across the line has finally got across the line. And you know what's even better about this competition? The one positive is you can do it in March. And that then gives you the confidence to go and do it again in May. And I've said this for a while, that winning mentality, winning installs winning. Yeah? Winning breeds winning. It gives you the confidence to believe that this team, these teammates, this manager surrounding you can get across the line. And that's something Arsenal have not been able to do yet in anything, any of those competitions. So when people say to me, why do you want the Carabao Cup? I want the league. No. I want the league. I want the Champions League. I want the FA Cup. I want the Carabao Cup. I'm going for all 4 competitions. I don't think we'll win the quadruple. I don't think we'll win the treble. And I'll say it, I don't think we'll win the double. But I want to go for all 4. I want to get to the deep stages in all 4 competitions. So if I get to the stage like the end of the season where I think, do you know what? We did win a trophy, but we got to the deep stages in every single competition. We got to the semi-finals of the Champions League, the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and we got to the final of the Carabao Cup, and we won the league, let's just say. That's a very good season because you've been successful and you've actually pretty much competed in every single one of them. I want to be going to the deep stages. Now, win this Carabao Cup. Who knows? We might win something else in May, whether it be a Premier League or a Champions League or a FA Cup. Who knows? But I know I have more confidence if we've won something already to win again in May. If we get to this Carabao Cup semi-final and we bum out, I'm going to be thinking, I don't know that we've got it. They need to now prove me wrong again and say, actually, we can win again, and I'll show you in May. This squad is too good not to win something, people. It's too good not to win something. We have to lift something in May. Arteta has to. The fans want to see it. The club has to. It just has to deliver. So let's not worry about January transfer signings. Let's not worry about what might happen with injuries. Let's not worry about, let's just worry about what happens in front of us. And right now it's Tuesday night, Crystal Palace. Let's beat them. Then we can think about going at the weekend to our Premier League game. Don't worry about that yet. But when you ask me, look ahead to May and why this Carabao Cup's so important, that's why. That's why I want to win this tournament. Lift that in March, yeah? I guarantee we've got more chance of lifting something in May. We get knocked out of this competition. I'll be devastated. I will. I'll be really annoyed because I feel like we're good enough to beat Crystal Palace at home when they've played 3 games in 5 days. This is the time to play them. This is the time to beat them. So let's go and do it. People, do me a favor. Hit like, hit subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Check out OK Jerseys. Code is 12man. Any shirt you want with a name and number on the back of it. I'll see you next time. Up the Arsenal.